Sometimes people wonder why we choose to remember the history of the African American. It's often said, we don't need to live in the past. We need to live in the present. Well, the only thing worse than living in the past is forgetting it. If you don't know where you came from, how are you going to know where you're going? I still remember when my mama and papa told me how they came over here on a slave ship. They were stacked on that ship like books on a shelf, chained by their hands and their feet to each other, so close that it was painful for them to even move. Even the little children had shackles. And there wasn't no toilets on the ship in those days. They would travel for 2-3 months at a time, up to their chest in urine and their own feces. The stench was something awful. But that wasn't as bad as it got. When they finally got to the shore, they were sold away from their wives and their husbands. Children were taken away from their parents, often never, ever to see them again. They was beat and treated worse than animals. Well, one day, the captain of that slave ship, named John Newton, mysteriously fell to the ground, paralyzed. It was said that he felt like he had shackles on his neck and on his feet and on his hands. And he began to remember how he treated the black slaves on that ship. Well, before long, he gave up that slave ship. And later, he began to speak out against slavery. He even wrote a song. And the tune to that song that we all know today came from the sad and sorrowful humming that he heard from the black slaves aboard his ship. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I am found. Was blind, but now I see. Lord, it's not the same world it used to be. It's a much different world. But let us learn from the past so that we make it not only a different world, but a much better world.